Here's another chapter of Snowy called Bowling. Kate hadn't been bowling since she was a little girl, and she's surprised at how busy and noisy it was. She hoped that Snowy didn't mind. The last thing that Kate wanted was for Snowy to be frightened by all of the noise. They took off their shoes and they tried on their bowling shoes, which felt more like slippers. Snowy was placed on the soft red sofa as Kate and Ben got ready to bowl. Kate had butterflies in her stomach and it was very exciting, but she hoped that she wouldn't embarrass herself. Ben seemed super confident, she thought, as he grabbed the bowling ball, and then he strode up to the line and he let the colourful ball fly and it rolled towards the skittles. Kate was transfixed and so was Snowy, who sat as still and quiet as a frozen statue. The bowling ball hit the skittles dead centre and they toppled over like wounded soldiers. "Yes," shouted Ben, and he jumped into the air with delight. Kate was impressed and she got ready for her turn. It was difficult and strange for her to put her fingers into the ball. It was like putting them into cold pie, she thought. Kate walked up to the line and she swung her arm. The ball rolled a lot slower than she had intended, and then it hit the edge of the line of bottles, which were lined up like milk bottles, and she hit the one on the edge, and it wobbled like a drunk teenager, and then it slowly toppled over as if in slow motion. Kate was very relieved, and so was Snowy, who began to meow loudly and to jump up and down in her seat. "Good shot," said Ben, being polite, but Kate was in such a good mood, which was rare, and she began to wonder whether she was on a date. She had never had a proper boyfriend, and she began to feel that she wanted one. Kate watched Ben run up again confidently, and she could feel herself blushing. He was so good-looking, she thought. He looked like he could be a film star or a model. It was at that moment that the bowling ball left Ben's hand that Snowy bounded off her seat. She was intrigued by the game they'd been playing, and she loved the coloured balls. She didn't realize how heavy they were, but she decided to follow one. "Stop," shouted Kate as Snowy bounded over the ball with her tail wagging furiously. She was obviously enjoying herself. Kate was worried that she would run all the way inside the machine and be chopped up like carrots or mashed up like mashed potato and never seen again. Ben stood in shock. Kate could tell that he had never seen anything like it before, as Snowy ran after the bowling ball with the enthusiasm of a mouse running after cheese. Luckily, Snowy skidded to a halt as once again Ben knocked down all but one of the skittles. Kate ran down the aisle before Snowy could do any more damage to herself or to others. It was so slippy that Kate felt like she was on an ice rink, but eventually she caught up with Snowy and she hugged her tight, and Snowy began to purr softly with relief. "You silly cat," said Kate as she walked back with her safely in her arms. "I hope she's okay," said Ben, who was secretly impressed by her daredevil exploits. A small crowd had gathered round and they clapped and cheered at Snowy's safe return. "You'll get a reputation for yourself if you keep going," said Kate, stroking Snowy's neck. Little did she know, but that was exactly what Snowy wanted. The evening was drawing in, and after a milkshake and cheeseburger for Snowy and themselves, it was time to go home. They'd all had a great time, and as far as Kate was concerned, it was an unofficial date, and she hoped there would be more, but with less drama. Hope you enjoyed that chapter. I got muddled up with the names. Please sub me.